Not the start you would have wanted, knocked out the League Cup. Just sum up how you're feeling after this afternoon.
It's a frustrating game, but it's a key point. I think we need to remember that we're very much a team in transition. Obviously we're working, getting out kind of bad habits that have been coached in before, from obviously when teams didn't have a manager and previous people in place. But I think in terms of quality of play, we didn't create too much, but open play, I think we were probably the better side. They've scored 3 goals from lapses of concentration. First one's a kind of a defensive mix-up, and the second one, again, it just comes from decision making from ourselves. But like I say, it's decision making from trying to do the right things at times. But the positive to take from it is the resilience that was shown. Like at 3-0, very easy to kind of like think like back to Norton, have flashbacks, that kind of thing, and start kind of going within our shell. Then it becomes 4, 5, 6, 7. But instead we kind of grouped together, got together, and that last 20-25 minutes played some much better football, much like us. But what we've got to learn is that when other teams go really direct and kind of don't try and play that football in a kind of bypassing areas of the pitch, is that we don't then need to do that ourselves. We can then go through and we can play what we need to play. And that was evident in the last 20-25 minutes when we talked through that. I mean, the frustrating thing is that is what we said at half time, but this season's going to be lots of lessons learned from the players all the way through. It's very much a transition.
Yeah, just talking on the character point, Meg especially out there was really vocal, barking out instructions. Just how important is that communication, especially during a defeat like this?
100%, because Meg's one of the players who really gets what we're trying to do, and all the players get it in training, and it's kind of the hardest bit is then transferring that into a game. Meg's got that, she gets it, and she had another standout performance today, obviously in the middle of a back three. She kind of stood up and asked to be there. She wanted to be the one in control of that back three and bossing it in. She absolutely did that and was always wanting to be on the ball and play the ball, and she's beating herself up when a pass is just slightly wrong, and that's the high standard she sets herself. So it's pleasing, and that's starting to spread across the pitch, and that's where I'm confident that we're on the right path. Yeah, we've been knocked out of the League Cup, but I'd rather it was the League Cup than a couple of games in the league. We learn these lessons kind of into the season. So it gives us an opportunity, obviously now with a couple of weeks before the next game, to really start drilling home and working on what we want to do and getting that message across.
Yeah, just looking ahead now to Hull United in a fortnight. The new league obviously starting up soon. Just what lessons can you bring from today into training next week, just ahead of?
It's just what I've been saying. Just trust the process. That was the key message that we said in the change room just now. Is that I think sometimes it's easy when you're trying to play a different brand of football to revert back to what you're used to and what you're comfortable with. But what we're trying to show is that when you be brave on the ball, want the ball, the transition's easier, and then moving into attack, it's kind of much more fluid, and that was seen towards the end. And we just got to iron out the mistakes. Kind of, it's difficult when it's just individual errors that kind of it's unlike the players. So we've got players beating themselves up and saying, look, you've done it right 99 times. Well, one time you got it wrong, yeah, it's led to a goal, but don't do it again. That's the key thing. But overall lessons learned is that we're happy with where we're at. We need to keep pushing it. We're very much a work in progress this season. And there'll be ups and there'll be downs, but we've just got to keep pushing through to learn it. And I think once it clicks, we'll be a force to be reckoned with.